Yes, the big announcement is that I will be retiring from the county on April 9th. So I only have a couple more meetings to spend with you. And one of my coworkers, Courtney Sales, who is an ADA coordinator, she will be taking on the role of staff liaison for CSW in May. But I might have her tag along just to meet you all, possibly in April, March or April. Mm-hmm.
Great. We're going to miss you, Aruna. Thank you for all your support over these months. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And I learned a lot from you guys, definitely.
How long has it been? A couple of years?
A little over a year.
Okay.
Yeah, not that long. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, everyone, we have a guest with us tonight. Is it Andrea Wingo? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
It's Andrea, and let me apologize, ladies. I was on the phone talking to one of my coalition sisters when you all were speaking, and I was trying to get her off the phone. So I'm definitely glad to be a part of this tonight, and just hopefully hear out. So just thank
Andrea is joining us tonight, both as a guest and a potential interested candidate in joining the commission. She applied to the Planning Commission actually back in June, and the county board, what with the pandemic and all, did not process her application timely. So it's been a lot of months, but she had a number of other commissions that she was also interested in serving on, ours being one. And so she's with us tonight to get to know us a little bit and for us to get to know her. So not to put you on the spot, but I will, Andrea, can you just, instead of us pouring through your application, do you want to give us a little bit of information about yourself while Aruna has it up on the screen? And then we'll go around and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, so sure. I'm Andrea Wingo. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, single. Recently, well, not recently, about 2017, retired from United States Army after 23 years. Moved to this area back in 2017. Started my career, I guess, as a background investigator, field investigator, which morphed into me being an adjudicator for the National Security Agency. And I've since come out of that to pursue what I'm passionate about, which is cybersecurity. So currently I work at, I'm a cyber detection analyst there at the CIA headquarters here in McLean. So other than that, like I said, a member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, definitely things like that keep me going, as well as just other church activities. I'm a member of Harvest Life Church there in Woodbridge, Virginia. So I stay pretty busy. I'm single, have like 3 nieces and a great niece that I was fortunate to meet about 2 Saturdays ago. Bless her heart. She's like so chunky and like 6 months old. So she's adorable. I have a brother who he's a truck driver for Walmart. So we, are fairly, pretty close and everything like that. So just happy to be here. And like I said, going through a different, I was on the economic committee meeting Tuesday. So definitely, I signed up for a couple of these, including the military and veterans affairs. So just going through and seeing which ones I like.
Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you.
Marguerite, before we go too much further, there is another guest on our call.
Oh, there is?
Bo Westbrook.
I don't see any other names. Who is that?
Bo Westbrook.
That's Emily, who is, no, I don't see anybody else, actually.
I'm showing a Bo Westbrook.
Yeah, on the participants list.
Hi. Okay. Yeah, I do see her now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, sorry. I also live in Arlington and just have been trying to get more involved in the community. And so wanted to just kind of listen in on this commission meeting to learn more about what you do. I hope that's okay.
Yes.
Have been living in the Arlington area for a few years now, and I'm excited to learn more about what this commission does.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. And thanks for just dropping in.
Sure, not a problem. So why don't we go around the virtual table, if you will, and tell us who you are and how long you've been on the commission, and you can take maybe 30 seconds of any other tidbit that you think would be interesting. Julia, why don't we start with you? I'm just going to go in the order that I see them on my screen, if that's okay.
Sure, that's absolutely fine. I'm Julia Tanner. I live in Arlington. And like everyone else, well, those of you who are working outside the home, I'm working inside the home doing my work. So I'm on the board of the Virginia League of Women Voters. I'm their advocacy coordinator. And I'm also an attorney, practically retired, but still doing a little bit of sort of freelance work. And I got involved because actually I was nominated for a really cool award that this commission gives out because I had gotten very passionate about getting Virginia to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment. So that is how I came to be here and get interested in the commission.
Awesome.
Rest is history. That was about a year ago.
Meg, how about you?
Hi, I'm Meg Turlington. I am the secretary of the commission, which is why I'm deeply paying attention to who is and isn't on the guest list currently. I have been on the commission for an astonishingly long time, actually. It's been a while. I was just looking at how far up the list I've gotten. I think 6 years, something like that, 4, 5, some large number of years. Yeah, I'm in my day job. I am a lawyer. I actually just joined the Montgomery County Attorney's Office. So
Awesome.
Congrats.
Oh, great. That's where the new job is. Congratulations.
Yes.
And yes, I think that you have third longest tenure now that Stephanie has moved on. So you have been here, Meg. It's a pleasure having you. Emily, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Emily. I was trying to remember how long I've been on the commission. I think it's just under 2 years now, weirdly, around that amount of time. I learned about the commission through a past commissioner who I met also through ERA work. And I've done a lot of gender work in my professional life and previously. So was very excited to learn there was a commission and to join. So welcome.
Thank you.
And Arbra, are you still on?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, I'm Arbra Johnson. I have been on the commission, I think, since summer of 2019, so relatively new. I've lived in Arlington for 19 years. I have 3 school-age kids, all in Arlington Public Schools, although they are not in school. I am particularly interested in women's economic empowerment, although I'm also interested in the ERA and reproductive rights and a wide range. And for my, I guess, paid job, I've been working with an immigration reform group. It's a political action committee and a 501c4. So welcome. It's great to have new blood.
Thank you.
And Ingrid, are you still on?
Yep, I'm here. I'm Ingrid Weishus. By day, I'm a health coach helping women avoid burnout and manage their stress. I have been a member of the commission for about a little over 2 years at this point, I think. It's hard to keep up. Like, I don't even, I think it's been a little over 2 years. And I know about the commission because I used to work for Arlington County, and it was one that always interested me, and 2, it was my way to keep up and be involved in the community.
Okay. And I'm Marguerite Luter. I've been on the commission probably the longest. Carolyn and I both started about, well, a lot of years ago, shall we just say. I think, I can't remember exactly when, but In any event, I am currently the acting chair because in December, our previous chair moved out of the area. And so I was the vice chair. I'm serving in an acting capacity while the board makes its decision about our permanent chair, which we should hear about hopefully next month. So in my day job, I do management and business consulting, but I would consider that a semi-retired kind of role that I play, particularly with the pandemic. It's more semi than more retired than active, but be that as it may, I'm just getting through this, doing all of the nonprofit things I'm involved in. And Andrea, small connection, many, many, many years ago, I was a charter member of one of the branches of the Coalition of 100 Women in the area. So I can at least have that connection with you. But anyway, did I miss anybody else that I can't see at the moment?
Xenia.
Xenia.
Hi, sorry. Hi, I'm Xenia Ruiz. I've been in Arlington for about 7 years, and this is, I believe, my 4th year on the commission. Hill staffer by day, but very excited to have more potentially interested folks join.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay,
Andrea,
thank you.
Andrea, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Because I was busy taking notes. What is your connection to Arlington? You live in Arlington?
So I live in Arlington. Like I said, I've been here going on, it's been over a year. So I guess we're going into year 2.
Okay.
Like I said, I was living initially in Woodbridge and moved up this way because it facilitated me driving to Fort Meade every day to NSA.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody, can you, Aruna, go ahead and scroll through the rest of her application, but if there's anything else that anybody would like to ask?
How do you feel about women?
Oh my goodness, being one myself and having served, in the military. Wow, I mean, that's kind of like a trick question, but I'm passionate about we as women. I'm passionate about our causes and our rights and just different things that needs to go on with us. I don't know if you've heard of the Women's Veteran Interactive. I don't know if you've heard of that committee, but the chair was actually, she was actually on today sitting down with the new Veteran Affairs Director. So we trying to get a lot of things pushed, from that perspective as well for military personnel. But yeah, very passionate about everything that women do, everything that we do.
Andrea, I just have a logistical question. I noticed on your application that as your second choice, you listed a lot of different commissions. What if you get accepted? I mean, do you have a limit as to how many if you get accepted? What's your thought process about whether you might accept to be on this one, but if you have a priority for another one, does that mean you'll drop? And what are you thinking?
So, and that's a good question, because when I put these there, I know like it listed like what's your first choice and all that. So that's a good question, because I don't know how many you can be a part of and actually, really give your all. So that's actually a good question back. So if it's like one that you can be a part of, then obviously, I would select the one. If it's, and that's, for my busy schedule, that would probably suffice. But whatever I do, I want to be able to tie what we do, bring it into the coalition, because again, we're trying to see the light of day on a lot of different topics and things that's going on, in government. So just kind of be that person that's, I don't know if you know Krista Jones, she's down,
Yes.
she's in, yeah. So Krista is also in the coalition. So just being able to bring things back, for our situational awareness. So that
Chris is a former chair of the commission.
Yeah. So how many can you be on? That's a good question.
Aruna, do you know the answer to that? I don't.
No, I don't know. I can definitely find out.
So
Yeah.
I was told when I joined that normally just one. And I
Okay.
think Jill Kayaza was on 2. And I was told that was a rare exception. But I think that was more of I don't think it's a law or anything. I think that
Yeah,
was
but to your
guidance.
point, to give my all, I want
Yeah.
to focus
The
on.
Right. The other thing to consider is that sometimes, for example, like right with our office, we have 3 commissions. The other one of the commissions, the main commission that we have is the Human Rights Commission, and they meet at the same time right now. The meeting at the same time. So if you are accepted on other commissions, you might want to know what day they meet and what time.
Right.
So you are not, because you can only be at one meeting at one time.
Right. That's true. Good point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyone have any other questions for Andrea? Okay. Bo, we'll give you an opportunity at the end of the meeting, since you're just visiting. If you have any questions that you want to ask before you drop off, just let us know, okay?
Okay.
All right, then. I have just one from a chair's report. Other than getting to meet Andrea, I have just one ask. You may have gotten a forward of an email from Aruna requesting that you complete the board's diversity survey of all commissioners. And if you haven't taken it, please do. It doesn't take much time. It's relatively short, but they are really looking for input from as many commissioners across all of the commissions as they possibly can. The access to the survey is in Aruna's email, but if you misplace that email, just let either she or me know and we will send it to you again. Okay. All right. And Meg did a wonderful job getting the minutes done after the last meeting. So
thank you.
Do you want to pull those up on the screen, Meg, and we'll go through them and get them approved and Aruna can get them posted?
Sure. I actually just made one change to them because I realized that I didn't total the okay, fine.
Number of people participating or something?
Yeah. So listen, I'm trying. I don't know.
I think you mentioned that in the email when you sent it.
Okay. Open share tray. It won't let me share. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, maybe because Aruna has sharing on. Aruna, can you stop sharing?
I don't think I'm sharing it.
I don't think she's sharing either.
Yeah, I'm not sharing.
When I click the open share tray, like nothing pops up. Is my
it like
issue.
Zoom where she has to kind of almost give you ownership of the meeting?
I don't know.
I don't know Microsoft Teams well enough to advise.
I learned a lot about Microsoft Teams.
To my knowledge, anybody can present. It allows you to present, different people to present.
Right. It just asked for like a permission thing, which I think is part of the issue, but I gave it the permission because I was trying to.
Maybe you can just read it and ask them that question.
Emailed it to all of you. You guys all read it, right? It's fine.
Did you email it to everyone, Meg, or was that just to Aruna and I? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Let's see.
I was fine with them. I did read it.
I don't know.
You want to email it now?
Sure.
If everybody's near their email?
Is it the sort of thing where we could move on and then come back after everyone's received it? Or do we need to go through this now just to get it done?
Yeah, we don't have such a full agenda, but yes, we could do that. What do you think, Meg? Should we move on and come back?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. All right. The other topic that we were going to talk about, and I know the legislative session is not quite over yet, but we said we would talk about whether or not we want to extend an invitation to one of the legislators to come and talk about this session and the bills that have been passed, all that wonderful work that Julia and Arbor did to share with us what bills were being processed. We said we would think about having someone come and talk with us. Don't know whether that would be Barbara Favola, one of the delegates on the House side, but that subject is open for discussion because it will take some time to extend the invitation given that we only meet once a month.
Well, I would love to have Senator Favola come, and I believe, is she on the bill that's still alive, Julia? The paid sick leave?
She might be. Of course, a different bill came into my head. There's a bill to disarm domestic abusers, to take firearms away from people who have been convicted of assault and battery. So that, and she's very involved in this particular bill right now. Like, her version got killed and Kathleen Murphy's is still alive. So she's helping Kathleen get it through the Senate. Anyway, different bill, but she always has a lot to talk about. So I would agree. She'd be great. No matter what ends up surviving. She's got a lot of healthcare and leave bills on the burners, so to speak, but we don't know yet what's going to get all the way through. And so, I can look while you all are talking just to see what she has still alive in those categories.
I guess it looks like her Bureau of Insurance paid family leave, Bill SB 1219.
Let's see.
Is now in the House. Directs the State Corporation Commission's Bureau of Insurance to review and make recommendations to authorize the state to approve this is the one that they can sell individual and group paid family leave plans in Virginia.
Yes, and you're right, that's still alive. It's in House Labor and Commerce. This morning I updated some of these, so that's great.
And I would consider Barbara a friend of the commission. When she was on the county board, when she was not chair, she was our board liaison. So we used to see her often.
That's great.
So how about the rest of the group? What is your thinking? Do we want to have one of the legislators come? Are you okay if that person is Barbara Favola? Should we extend an invitation? And which month would we like that to happen if you're yes to all of the above?
I think as a guest, I would love to hear, her platform and what she's, currently, processing in Congress. Yeah, I would love that.
Ingrid, Emily, Xenia.
Hi, Margaret. It's Sasha. Marguerite. My bad.
Oh, hi, Sasha.
I'm a little late.
That's okay. We're talking about should we invite a legislator to come speak with us. Pursuant to our conversation last time, we have this new calendar around how we're going to approach giving input to legislative priorities. And we said, as this session wraps up, we may want one of the legislators to come talk with us. So we're discussing, do we really want to do that? If so, who would we like to invite, and at what meeting would we like them to speak?
Oh, I remember that from last week. Okay. I guess my question to that is, what would it harm and how would it help?
Go ahead, Julia.
I have one more thought. I think it would help because it informs us about what's going on on the statewide scale, and maybe that helps us think about how Arlington relates to that. But Adam Eben, who's one of the senators, he covers not much of Arlington, but more Alexandria. But he would also be good. I know he's not a woman, but he has a bill which would. Which I think is going to pass, which will repeal the prohibition in our state constitution that requires that marriage is only between a man and a woman. In other words, even though gay marriage is the law of the land because of a Supreme Court case, our state constitution still has this non-effective prohibition in it. And Adam was the first openly gay legislator in our state General Assembly. And so he's been introducing this bill for a while, and it's finally going to make it through this year. So in terms of gender equity, I mean, I think that's neat. So he might be another good person too, but just an idea.
What's his name again? Can you please say that?
Yeah, Adam Ebbin, Ebbin.
Okay.
And, you could have both of them, or you could just have Barbara, or you could have Janet Howell, although she too doesn't cover much of Arlington, and I don't think she's sponsored a lot of well, she sponsors some things on education. She's more interested in finance and tax because she's the chair of the finance committee.
Sasha, to your point about what could it harm or what could it help, I'm not sure that I personally don't think it harms anything, getting the views of some of our legislators, particularly those that represent all or a portion of our area. But I do think it could help in some of the bills that they've either sponsored or they listened to the discussion on, in explaining what it was that was actually done and what should next steps be. Sometimes when the bills go through, they're not, by the time they finish compromising, I've noticed that it doesn't always have everything that was maybe intended, and find out whether there's anything coming up that we might want to start looking at as the year unfolds. All of this being part of the effort to make it easier for us to give the county board input on what should their legislative priorities be. That's just my take, though. Please feel free to comment.
Yeah, and I think just to sort of echo and expand on that, Marguerite, especially with Senator Favola, she has a number of bills relevant to the status of women in Arlington and the whole state that are not going to make it through this session. So those would be ones I would be interested in hearing more about, because maybe those are ones our commission should recommend that our county board, officially lobby for. That's my thinking, because and a lot of I have been woeful. I have paid very little attention to state legislation, just full disclosure. I'm very new to this over the past couple of years. I barely felt like I was a Virginian until 2016. But these really matter a lot. The state laws, I think, can really have an impact. And when I was reading through some of them, it was really interesting to see how much they could potentially cover, but B, also sort of hard to understand what they really meant. So I think, Senator Favola knows her way around local and state government really well. So that's just my thought. I think it could be really educational for us as commissioners in trying to advocate, on behalf of the women of the county. And I would love to hear from a lot of people, but I do think Senator Favola is uniquely positioned.
Those are excellent points, Arbor. Thanks.
It doesn't really harm. I just asked that because I wanted to know if there was anyone that objected to it and maybe why. But
Got it. Yeah, you're just making sure we cover both sides. That makes sense. Anybody else have a viewpoint?
This is
Well,
Ingrid.
why don't we take a vote? Let's break it down into, should we ask one of the legislators to come and speak with us?
Marguerite, I think Ingrid had input.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
I think Ingrid had something she wanted to say.
Okay. Ingrid?
I think for me, it would also be interesting to hear where she could use our support, or where could she see the commission adding to the work that she's doing, and how it could be helpful.
Okay. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing everybody. I'm only seeing some of you, but okay, thanks, Ingrid. Anybody else?
Because that's how Microsoft Teams works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to point out again that regarding having political entities come and talk, I just want to reserve the right to run that by the county board, just to make sure it's okay with them, and that there is no, there's not any some nuances that they need to be aware of. So whoever you have in mind, let me know one, before, and so I can report back that it is okay. And they would love to know who you're contemplating having, so
Sure.
they can, clear that with whoever they need to do that with. Yeah.
We understand.
Thank you.
Barbara has been to visit with us and speak with us since she's been a senator, so I can't imagine they would suddenly say no now, but I do appreciate what you're saying, and we'd make sure to give you that advance warning.
Thank you.
Julia?
I think the question of what we can do to help the legislature is actually something that you and Aruna chased down recently. And I think we got an answer back, which was basically what we do is we advise the county board on what they should do on women's issues. And we have our sort of our on-ramp to do that, and then it gets done in the fall. So now we adopted a calendar in the last meeting for preparing for that. So I would be interested if there's something else we could do, but it sounded like that was what we're supposed to do.
Sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have input before we vote? Okay, so the question on the floor is, should we ask one of the legislators to come and speak with us at a future meeting? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. How about we just ask the question? How about Senator Favola, or are you interested in pursuing someone else? I left that one a little open-ended to get input.
The senator sounds good to me.
Yeah, the senator.
Sounds great.
Should we move? Do you need a motion?
Okay, I don't think we need a motion. Let's make it Senator Favola. Aruna, do you want to get the board's approval before we extend the invitation?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you know, I just want to know, what month do you have in mind?
Well, it'll depend on her calendar. When does the session actually end, Julia or Arbra?
February 27th. But then they will have a reconvened session at some point after the governor decides what he's vetoing or requesting amendments on. And I think that's usually 6 weeks later. So yeah.
Would it make sense to make the invitation for the April meeting then?
April or May, if we could offer her both and whichever.
Yeah, whichever is better for her calendar.
Okay.
But definitely not the March meeting. Okay.
Okay, very good.
All right.
I'll get back
So
to you
Aruna,
on
why
that.
don't you get the approval for us, and
Yes.
then whoever knows her best or would like to extend the invitation can do that.
Mhm.
But let's get the county board's approval first.
Yes,
before
so
we-
definitely I will post it tomorrow, and I should hear back hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, and I'll let you know, Marguerite, and you can disperse,
Perfect.
definitely share that with the rest of the commission.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Other topics that we want to discuss tonight? As I said in the email I sent you, we didn't have a lot of weighty topics on the agenda.
So I have another one that I just wanted to propose for discussion. We don't have to decide tonight, but there's this campaign for a family-friendly economy, Virginia. It's an organization. Have they spoken to the commission before?
Yes, they have.
Okay. Never mind. I'll look back in the notes. Wait, do you remember when it was?
It was like a year ago, probably. It was right before we were at the last tabling event that we did before the pandemic. What was that?
The conference with Congressman Byer?
Yes. They were right next to us as well. She had just spoken with us a little bit ago. So it was
Thank you. I was about to say I forgot, but now that triggers it. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly, but whatever Byers conference was.
So I think Byers conference was that was when I had just joined. I think it was Marguerite, you and I did it together. It was like, and Emily, it was like September 2019. So maybe they came in July or August. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Because I think they just formed around then, I think.
Right. It was about that time.
Okay.
Okay, great.
The-
Oh, look, the January minutes are up. Thank you, Meg.
That's me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Aruna.
I was able to pull, Meg had shared that, I just went into my emails and pulled it up, yes.
Okay, great. If you want to scroll through those so everybody has time to refresh their memories, and then we
Sure.
can
Yes.
call for a motion to approve.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for capturing that calendar in the minutes, Meg. Makes it a much easier place to refer to it. Okay. Any changes or edits? Would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes then for January?
Move to approve.
Approve the minutes for January.
Great. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. I think that was Julia that approved that motion to approve. Who was that?
I think it was Arbor.
Arbor was the second, wasn't
No,
she?
I second. Was it Xenia?
Xenia? Okay,
It was not.
terrific. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Okay, great. Minutes are done. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, ladies.
Any other topics that people would like to add to the agenda? Any open items for discussion or questions since we're all together? As I said, I do think that we'll hear something back from the county board, hopefully by our March meeting. I don't know what their meeting schedule is, but they are actively working on confirming a new chair for us. Once we have a new chair, we'll proceed to get a planning session on the calendar to map out the rest of our year. So just to reiterate what I had said at the last meeting.
So I think this can wait, but it looked like our committees are a little outdated or may need to be revisited.
Yes. And we should do that in the context of planning what we want to focus on for the year. Clearly, we've done some work with legislative priorities, but not with everything else. I just think it would be beneficial for us to do that with a new chair on board rather than us doing it and then a new chair comes in and has to adopt it. So.
Agreed.
Since the board is indicating that they're close to getting us a permanent chair, I think it's worth the wait. If they were months away, then I would say let's go ahead and do it.
Can I ask about the chair? Like you were saying, that are they identifying someone? Did we like put someone up for nomination? How does that process work?
So I'm not, who is that talking?
It was Emily.
That's Emily. I'm not sure if you were with us when Stephanie announced, but here's how the process went. Stephanie told us that she was going to be moving out of the area and could no longer be chair. She invited people to self-identify. She gave that information back to the board. The board talked to people who raised their hands as well as names of their own. So I know they've talked to at least 2 or 3 people, and they are in the process of working through that process.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I must have missed that. Thank you.
The board met when I spoke, Katie Crystal called me to give me an update over the holidays and to confirm that I would serve as acting until they got through that process. And that's what I reported on at the January meeting. So that's how I can say with assuredness that I know it's being worked on. But she confirmed that I would serve as acting, and she updated me that she was talking with a couple of people. She hopes that the chair will be confirmed at the March county board meeting.
Okay, thank you. Sorry I missed that. Appreciate it.
That's okay. All right, any other topics? I don't want to hold everybody unnecessarily, and since we're not together, it's not like we can eat snacks and, you know. Yeah.
And just, I know I should have mentioned earlier for the guests that you are being recorded and you can see it up on top anyway,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Yeah, just want.
Bo, did you have, now that you've had an opportunity to sit in on a meeting, did you have any questions that you'd like to ask of us?
I don't at this time, but thank you so much. Yeah, very happy to join. And I've also been kind of going over some of the notes from previous meetings to see what other topics have been discussed in the past. But yeah, thank you for letting me join.
Sure. Andrea, her application is already in with the board, so that's why we were having more of a conversation with Andrea back and forth. So,
of course, yeah.
Okay. And Andrea, feel free to contact any one of us if you have additional questions that came up. And we're not sure, you'll get an answer back, I'm sure, on how many commissions you can actually join, but I think you've indicated that you probably only have time for one. So
Yeah.
just let us know if we are the one.
Okay, I will.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone. And Aruna, once again, we are going to miss you, but we still have you with us in March, correct?
Yes, I am here on in March and also in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
And
everyone.
I'm going to miss you all very much, and because you know, I'd love to be on commissions, and I've lived in Loudoun County. I just moved recently last year, but yeah, I'm also on your side in Loudoun County. I'm on a multicultural advisory commission. I'm on the vice chair.
Oh,
On
okay.
that, yeah.
Great.
Terrific. Since 2011, actually. So been with that, and now I moved on to join Phoenix Bikes as the board of directors. So doing a lot of wonderful things, just like you all, learning from you. You know, you guys are like peers and role models, and very inspiring to me. And I truly enjoyed my brief time that I was here. Because you watch, you see everyone in action, and you kind of soak it all in and say, hey, one day hopefully I'll be on the other side too, trying to make a difference. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of the evening.
Bye.
Night.
Yeah. Good night.
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 Night.